Welcome back, students. Let us start the property of non-metals. But before starting the property, first of all know what do you mean by the non-metals. Non-metals are not malleable nor ductile and they do not conduct electricity. मतलब जो malleable भी नहीं होते, ductile भी नहीं होते और जो electricity भी conduct नहीं करते, all those are included in non-metals. See, sulfur, phosphorus, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, chlorine, bromine, etc. These all are non-metals. Even the diamond and graphite are also non-metal. Now this diamond and graphite are the allotropic form of carbon. Allotropic. Now what do you mean by the allotropic? The allotropic, it means one or more chemical element which we can see in the same states of physical state. In a same physical state. It is the form of carbon only. ये कार्बन का ही फॉर्म है, लेकिन उसे हम फिजिकली जब देखते हैं वो एक अलग फॉर्म में हमें दिखता है. बट इट इज़ द फॉर्म ऑफ कार्बन ओनली. डायमंड इज द वेरी हार्डेस्ट नॉन मेटल. It is a non-metal, but it is very hardest as compared to the graphite. So diamond and graphite are non-metals, but they are the allotropic form of the carbons. Did you understand the word allotropic? One or more form of a chemical substance or chemical element to see in the same physical state. Clear? See. Non-metal properties are completely opposite to the metal properties. So it is very easy to keep remembering. Is it clear? If you know the complete properties of metals, automatically you can understand the properties of non-metals because I use the word opposite. So it is completely opposite it is. Understood? And this question is compulsory asked in the next classes or in the next. What do you mean by the metals and non-metals? Differentiate it, write down some of the examples of it, write down its properties and comparison between these two. It's compulsorily asked wherever up to you go to the study in the field of chemistry. Clear? So shall we start the properties of non-metals? See, non-metals are not malleable, they are brittle. Malleable. Malleable means the property in which the metal after beating or hammering they can turn into thin sheet without breaking. But non-metals, if we start hammering it is brittle. Brittle means it start breaking. Without breaking it cannot be converted. If we start hammering on beating that it's break down into small pieces. See, sulfur and phosphorus if we take it, they are in solid state. These non-metals, if we start hammering or beating, they convert it into the pieces. So they are brittle in nature and brittle is the main property of the non-metal. Is it clear? Second is, non-metals are not ductile. Not ductile, it means we cannot stretch them into the thin wire because they are very soft. We cannot stretch them. If we try to stretch them, them snapped into the pieces. It's snapped into the pieces. So the second main property of non-metal it is they are not ductile. It means they are brittle in nature. Then bad conductor of heat and electricity. Non-metals are the bad conductors of heat and electricity. See, they do not conduct the heat and electricity because they are very soft. But if you take the example of the diamond is a non-metal. But the diamond is a very good conductor of heat. And even if you take the sulfur and phosphorus, they also not conduct the electricity. But along with the diamond, if we take the example of the graphite is a very good conductor of electricity. Now, you have the question, I think so, in your mind, graphite is a non-metal, diamond is also non-metal. Remaining non-metals are not conducting electricity, then why the graphite and diamonds are good conductors of heat and electricity? See, diamond is having a very tough bonding of the carbons. Covalent bonding is there, that's why it's are very strong, so they can conduct the heat. And about the graphite, if we go, graphite is having the free electrons, delocalized free electron in it. ग्रेफाइट में क्या होता है, ऐसे फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं जो डीलोकलाइज होते हैं, दे कैन मूव वेरी इजीली फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर, दैट्स व्हाई दे कैन conduct the electricity, and that is the reason only the graphite is used in the cell which we are using. हम लोग घड़ी में सेल डालते हैं, टॉयज़ होते हैं स्टूडेंट किड्स के, उसमें सेल डालते हैं. सो ऑल दो सेल्स इन दैट वन इलेक्ट्रोड इज देयर. These cells are dry cells, so electrode is there. In that electrode is made up of graphite only. Why? Because it is very soft, it can handle it very properly and easily. They are not high in weight, and due to its delocalized free electron property, they can conduct the electricity. Understood about the graphite? Now next, they are not lustrous and dull appearance. Lustrous means they are not shiny like a metal. Gold, silver, copper, aluminum, they are having a very good shiny nature, okay? But if we go through the non-metal, they are very dull in appearance. Dull in appearance मतलब वो इतने चमकदार नहीं होते, बहुत dull होते हैं. But diamond is having a very good shine. Diamond की shine बहुत अच्छी होती है. And among the non-metal, if you take the iodine, iodine is having the very lustrous and shiny. Why? Because iodine's oxidation state is the one reason. That is very deep knowledge it is. You only consider that among the non-metal only the iodine is having the lustrous appearance. Is it clear? Means iodine is only the shine. Among all the non-metals are very dull in appearance. They do not show the lustrous characteristic. Is it clear? Next, non-metals are generally soft. They are so soft even though you can cut with the knife into multiple pieces. But diamond never be going to cut, because it is an allotropic form of carbon. It is very hard kind of non-metal. Diamond is only the very hardest non-metal. Is it clear? Remaining all are very soft and we can use it very easily. Next is not strong. Means non-metals are not strong and they have a low tensile strength. Not strong means they are not strong as compared to the metal, and they have a very low tensile strength. Low tensile strength, it means they cannot carry the weight. If we put the weight on it, they break down into the number of pieces. They cannot hold the weight of any other substance because they are very soft. Is it clear? Now, if you take the property of non-metal, they are not sonorous. They are not sonorous means they are not create this sound like a non-metal. That's why we are not using them for preparing all these things. If we take, they having a very low melting point and boiling point, because they does not show that characteristic. They can melt very easily. If we take the sulfur is melting at 119 degrees Celsius. They starts melting it. Okay, so they have the very low melting property. If we take the iodine is having a very high melting property. Okay, then last see some of the non-metals. We know that metals are solid at room temperature, but non-metals are solid also, liquid also, and gaseous also. You can see the non-metals in all the three stages. Solids are there. Carbon, sulfur and phosphorus are solid. Bromine is the only non-metal which you can see in a liquid state at room temperature. In the beginning only I told you, if you go through the periodic table, 118 elements are there. Among them, only 2 elements are there which are in liquid state, 11 are in gaseous state, and remaining are in a solid form. Clear? So bromine is another liquid element, but it is a non-metal. And hydrogen, chlorine, hydrogen, chlorine, oxygen, if you take it, all are in the gaseous state at room temperature. Is it clear? Now what are the color of these non-metals? Non-metal color, if you take the sulfur is a yellowish color, then phosphorus is a reddish type of color. If you take the iodine also is having a reddish color. Chlorine is also having the yellowish green color. So these are the different colors are, and hydrogen and oxygen, they are colorless. They don't have the color because they are gases. Okay, now see why they are having the very low melting and boiling point. One point is remaining there, because they are undergoes in the gaseous state. Maximum are in the gaseous form. That's why they are having a very low boiling point. Is it clear? This is the one main reason why the non-metals are not having the high boiling and melting point, because maximum non-metals are included in the gaseous state. Is it clear? These are the number of properties of non-metals as compared to the metal. But see, if though we can see that non-metals are not ductile, malleable and etc. Negative properties we can see. But as per compared to the metal, non-metal are very essential for our life. Without non-metal we cannot survive. Carbon is the very big important non-metal. Without that carbon we cannot survive in this life, even the oxygen also. Our bodies also contain a 65% of carbon is there, 18% of oxygen element is there. So if our body is only made up of the elements, so you just imagine that, is it possible to stay without the non-metals? No. Non-metals are very precious, very important for our day-to-day life. Even for the burning, the food which we are cooking, if oxygen is not present in the air, we cannot cook the food. Is it clear? So there are multiple reasons where the non-metals, even if you whatever the food you are taking, we are getting the proteins, vitamins, etc. Even the amino acids, protein, amino acid is the one protein only. So whatever the things which we are taking, they are also the base, the center of that structure of particular substance. The particular substance structure, if we start it, its particular base is carbon only. And due to that carbon, our life is going to be continue. And if carbon is not there, so you can't imagine the life on the earth planet. Clear? So the carbon is a non-metal, and how much it is essential. Did you understand that? With this, we completed the properties of non-metals and non-metal topic. There are three types we started: metal, non-metal and metalloid. Metalloid, it means, metalloid is a very short summary. Metalloid means the metals, the substances which are not completely metal and not completely non-metal. Means the element which shows the properties of metals also and non-metals also, they are called as a metalloid. मेटलॉइड किसे कहते हैं? ऐसे एलिमेंट्स जो हमें किसकी प्रॉपर्टी बताते हैं? थोड़ी प्रॉपर्टीज मेटल्स की भी, थोड़ी सी नॉन मेटल्स की भी. जो प्रॉपर्टीज उनकी बताते हैं मेटल्स की और नॉन मेटल्स की, सच टाइप ऑफ मिक्सचर एलिमेंट आर अंडरगोस इन अ मेटलॉइड. इज इट क्लियर? See, metalloid does not conduct electricity, but they can work as an insulator. See, they are not hard as much as metal, but they are brittle in nature. वो क्या करते हैं? कुछ प्रॉपर्टी मेटल्स की बताते हैं, कुछ नॉन मेटल्स की बताते हैं, इसलिए हमें उन्हें मेटलॉइड में कन्वर्ट करना पड़ता है. द एलिमेंट विच शोज सम ऑफ द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ मेटल्स एंड सम ऑफ नॉन मेटल्स, दे आर कॉल्ड मेटलॉइड. मेटलॉइड आर ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज अ सेमी मेटल. सेमी मेटल मतलब वो दोनों की प्रॉपर्टीज बताते हैं. देयर आर सम, सी 5 important metalloids are there. 2 I will tell you, remaining you tell me. One is germanium and another one is boron. Remaining you find it and tell me which are the metalloids are there in a periodic table. Along with this, we completed the element topic. Its metal, non-metal, metalloid, its properties, everything is clear up to this. Next topic, we are going to continue about the mixture. What do you mean by the mixture, its types and all and examples. So see you in the next session. Till then, bye.